A contentious bylaw that would regulate development in and around the Lloydminster Airport has passed third reading. And as Jace Mackey explains, this final draft made changes that stakeholders can get behind.
Late last year, a new draft bylaw was proposed that would regulate how land is used at the airport. Hangar owners and airport users voiced their concerns, drawing big crowds to multiple council meetings. They felt the new rules were too restrictive and limited the non-aviation use of hangars at the airport. After the public hearing on the bylaw in December, administration made some changes.
There were some concerns expressed by hangar owners and users of the airport about the terminology and the wording.
Some of the key changes made to the bylaw included clarifying some terminology and removing the requirement that 75% of hangar space be dedicated to aviation. Now, 50% of the floor space must be aviation related. A group of hangar owners say in a statement provided to council that they are, quote, in full support of the changes made to the bylaw, adding that they felt their concerns were heard, noted, considered, and understood. Mayor Gerald Albers believes the city struck the right balance.
And everyone has an opinion, and I think they expressed their opinions and concerns. We heard those concerns and opinions. The city went back, met with them, discussed it, looked at the rewording, did some review of the questions, and I think that both sides compromised at the end of the day to come up with an agreement.
The mayor stressed the importance of communication between the public and the city and says this bylaw is a prime example of public hearings leading to positive change.
The communication path is open both ways. We're quite open to hear from people's concerns, report a concern system at the city online to help deal with snowplow issues and street issues and dog issues and the issues that are on people's minds.
For Primetime Local News, I'm Jace Mackey.
Former MLA Richard Starkey was a guest speaker at the Lloydminster Rotary Club meeting Monday afternoon. Our Nicole Gruber has more.
Rotary members had their weekly meeting yesterday afternoon, and former MLA Richard Starkey spoke on his time in legislative. Starkey said that the way the government is organized has issues and needs to be re-looked at.
We have some issues in the way we do things right now, and we shouldn't ignore them, and we should try to address them and try to fix or change them. And I think there are some ways to do that. We can look at the example of what some other countries have done in terms of trying to develop a more collaborative approach to governing as opposed to this very, very confrontational approach that we have right now.
He shared that there was good things that happened behind the scenes, but it was not always shown.
There were a lot of things that happened while I was there that I called, and I would say, but that's just stupid. And unfortunately, there is a lot of stupid that happens, but there is a lot of good that happens too. And most of the good you don't see.
While he was an MLA, Starkey believes regular people can make big change.
Ordinary people have affected major change in the world, and they've done it not through government, because government moves slowly and is sometimes not terribly efficient, but they have taken an initiative on something small and turned it into something big.
Starkey served in government from 2012 to 2015 and in opposition from 2015 to 2019. For Primetime Local News, I'm Nicole Gruber.
If you're looking for an excuse to take a break from the bottle, our Tate Laycraft might have the motivation you're looking for.
Today on Primetime Local News, I'm joined by Charles Arulia from Dry February as he's here to talk about how this year's iteration of the fundraiser will once again benefit the Canadian Cancer Society. Welcome to the show, though, Charles.
No problem. Glad to be here.
Diving right in then, Dry February is a term which I'm sure a lot of Canadians are already familiar with, but can I just get you to speak to the fundraiser's goals as well as how you aim to get people across the country involved?
Sure. So Dry Feb is a national fundraiser where we challenge Canadians to go alcohol-free for the month of February while raising money for the Canadian Cancer Society. It's a great way to stay healthy while doing something for a good cause. When it comes to alcohol, we know that 2 out of 10 Canadians drink alcohol on a daily basis, but only 1/3 of Canadians know of the link between alcohol consumption and an increased risk of certain types of cancers. Participating in Dry Feb is quite easy. Just visit our website, dryfeb.ca, and once you register and sign up, you can begin collecting and receiving donations. We know as with any fundraiser, every dollar matters.
And obviously, the primary objective of Dry February is for participants to go the entire month without having a drink of alcohol. But you guys also have some other options, different ways for people to get involved if they find that entire month time period maybe a little bit daunting. So, could I just get you to touch base on some of your alternatives?
Yeah, that's correct. So again, we want to make Dry Fab as accessible to everyone. For people, if you can't commit to the full month, you can go dryish for a period of 21 days, 14 days, or a time frame of your choosing. Again, every day and every dollar counts. We also know that taking on the challenge of going alcohol free for the month is no mean feat. Sometimes people have special events such as birthdays or weddings, and we really don't want these to be barriers for participation, which is why we've created what we call golden tickets that give people a night off for a price. But of course, we do prefer people to participate by going alcohol free for the entire month.
Yeah, and touching base on fundraising goals, I guess, for Dry February, could I just get you to go over some of the success that you've had in recent years, as well as maybe just a look ahead to what kind of numbers you're expecting or hoping for in February?
Sure. So again, with any fundraiser, every dollar counts. It's not often that you get to raise money for a charity while not doing something. Um, so last year, we had around 4,800 participants across Alberta and Saskatchewan, raised over $715,000 for Dry Fab. Across the country overall last year, we managed to raise $5.1 million. Our goal this year is to raise $8.3 million, which is why it's important to get as many Lloydminster residents out as possible participating in Dry Fab.
Once again, thanks for your time, Charles.
And now Shelby Clark will get a first look at this evening's forecast. Thanks so much, Jasmine. Now taking a first look at your weather forecast here throughout the week. We have warmed up slightly a bit with -4, but earlier on in the morning it was feeling a lot cooler with that wind chill. It was feeling closer to -20 throughout the morning if you stepped outside, had to warm up your car there. But we have warmed up slightly throughout the day. We are sitting at -11 with that wind chill, and we are seeing a little bit more cloudier skies. We were even seeing a little bit of fog throughout the day, but that did start to ease up a little bit around noon. Switching over to temperatures across the region for Alberta and Saskatchewan. On the Alberta side, we are seeing some slightly warmer temperatures, -1 in Vermilion and Rainway, -2 in Marwayne, St. Paul, and down in Provost. Edmonton's probably the warmest they're seeing, +5 right now. -2 in St. Paul, while Bonnyville is at -3. Cold Lake is sitting at -5 degrees, and Lac La Biche is just hitting that 1 point. Switching over to the Saskatchewan side here, they're seeing some slightly cooler temperatures compared to the Alberta side. Up in Isle Across, they're at -8 degrees. -11 in Green Lake, while most spots on the map are seeing around -5. -2 in Pearson, while Maidstone and Macklin are at -3, -4, and North Battleford is at -8 degrees. And for North Battleford, overnight tonight, they will be going down to a low of -5. Throughout the day today, they did see a high chance of some flurries. Overnight, they'll be going out to -5 with a little bit more cloud coverage, and tomorrow they will be hitting that 0 point, but they will be seeing some flurries once again start up in the morning. Switching over to Cold Lake, they'll be going down to a low of -1, so they will be seeing a slightly warmer temperature compared to what they have seen last night. Of course, they will be seeing some flurries throughout the night, which will continue into tomorrow morning as well as they hit that 0 point. And for here in the border city, we'll be going down to a low of -1. We won't be seeing some flurries throughout the night, but we will be seeing them start up tomorrow morning there, around a 60% chance of some flurries, but we will be seeing around +1 throughout the day, so we will be seeing a slightly warmer temperature. Now looking at our 3-day forecast for here in the border city, as I was saying, we will be seeing a high chance of some flurries. Thursday, we'll see that continue on with -3 throughout the day, while on Friday, we'll see a little bit more sun peeking behind those clouds at -8. That's the first look at your weather forecast. Well, more coming up after the break. The Taft College Cougars out of California will have on a Lloydminster face in the lineup next season. Evan Kenny has more on the local shortstop.
Following graduation from Lloyd Comp later this year, Brendan Hamilton already has post-secondary plans. The 17-year-old has committed to play ball next season at Taft College.
We started talking to Taff a few months ago, so we kind of just stayed in contact. And then for these past month, maybe two, we kind of been heavy on the recruiting, and I just made my decision a few weeks ago.
All his life, Hamilton has wanted to play college ball.
It's been a goal of mine for I don't know how long, years, because I'm a U.S. citizen, so.
Since he was 12 years old, Hamilton has been a member of the Bulldogs Baseball Academy. Taft College is where his lead instructor, Josh Herback South, started his career.
I'm excited for him to play there. It's probably one of the better programs, better coaches that I've played for, so it's a good opportunity for him to get down there and experience some of the things I did. We pride ourselves in preparing these young men to go there and not just sign to play, but be successful when they get there.
As a student, Hamilton is thinking of studying psychology. As an athlete, he'll be able to study baseball year-round.
I'm just going to play all year, get to stay outside. Obviously, this facility is beautiful, but playing outside is obviously much better.
I think originally we wanted to go to a four-year program just because the academic side is really important to him, but once we opened up the door to junior colleges, that was one of the first people that we reached out to, and it ended up being a nice fit for both of them.
Hamilton is the Bulldogs' 7th player to commit to a post-secondary and the 3rd to be heading down south. Evan Kenny, Primetime Local Sports.
The Lakeland Rustlers men's volleyball team took on the Nate Ooks this past weekend. Our Thomas Wildman has that story.
The Lakeland Rustlers men's volleyball team has had their struggles early. They had a 3-5 start going into the weekend and were unable to defeat the Ooks in Edmonton. However, at home with an adoring crowd, the Rustlers were able to defeat the Ooks in the 5th and final set. Head coach Taylor Dyer hopes his team can replicate this success in the next few games.
Just got to keep continuing to build and get better and keep with our game plan. Our schedule gets a little bit easier coming up here over the next 2 weekends and our next 4 matches. So again, that's a real good test for our group, and moving forward, hopefully it just shows exactly where we fit and where we belong, and that we can compete against anybody in the conference.
The Rustlers' victory over the Ooks was thanks to some great performances from first-year outside hitter Tylee Montgrand and first-year libero Jake Willick. But great team play was also key to handing the Ooks their first loss of the season.
It was a great team effort. Obviously, player of the game Tylee Montgrand was phenomenal tonight again. What he brings to the floor each night has been phenomenal so far. And again, that's doing it as basically as a first year. So for him to be able to be that successful and playing at that level just speaks to how hard he's worked over the last a year and a half. And then obviously Jake Willick, a first-year libero, came in, didn't get to play last night, was able to play tonight, and came in and really got the job done. He was also really, really good. So yeah, but again, super awesome team effort from all the guys.
The Rustlers will hope to continue this success against the University of Alberta Augustana Vikings this weekend. Thomas Wildman, Primetime, Local News.
Now Shelby Clark will take another look at your current temperatures. Thanks so much, Jasmine. Now taking another look at your weather forecast, we'll be looking at the central region of Alberta and Saskatchewan here. Checking out the temperatures on the Alberta side, they are seeing some warmer temperatures, especially with Edson and Whitecourt hitting that 8-degree mark. 4 in Edmonton and Jasper, while Athabasca's at 3, and the rest are seeing that just that 1 mark right there. Switching over to the Saskatchewan side here, they are definitely seeing some slightly cooler temperatures compared to the Alberta side. Cold Lake is like here, they are around -4 degrees. Meadow Lake is at -5, while it is -8 in North Battleford, and the rest are looking slightly cooler at those double-digit points with -15 in Saskatoon, -17, 18 in Prince Albert and Melfort. Now switching over to our northern region of the provinces, they are seeing some slightly warmer temperatures compared to what they have been seeing yesterday. La Loche and Buffalo Narrows are both at -6 degrees, -12 in La Ronge, while it is -13, 14 up in Stony Rapids and Uranium City. Wilson Lake and South End, they're both at -15 degrees, and Fiflon is the coolest, almost hitting that -20 mark. over on this end here, they're definitely seeing some warmer temperatures compared to the Saskatchewan side, especially down in this area here. They usually do see some warmer temperatures, with all seeing around +5 right now. Fort McMurray is hitting that 1 mark, while high level is at 2, and Fort Chipewyan slightly cooler at -5. Switching over to our southern region now, they are not struggling as much compared to the central region. They are still seeing some nice plus temperatures right now. +5 in Lethbridge, while Medicine Hat is at 4. Calgary is even almost reaching that +10 point, while Banff and Coronation are slightly cooler at -1, -2. Switching over to this end here now, they're seeing some slightly cooler temperatures, but not too bad, with -6 and -8 in Kindersley and Swift Current, and the rest of seeing those double digits as well, with Moose Jaw at -11, and the rest are seeing around -20 to -22 degrees. But as you go back across the region, the temperatures overnight tonight, we will be warming up quite a bit for our lows compared to last night. Provost will be just hitting that 0 point for their low tonight. Myrna will be seeing a low of 1 there, so they will be seeing the warmest. A low of -1 for Wainwright and Bonnyville they will be seeing tonight. A low of -3 for Pearson and Meadow Lake. -5 for Unity, and Paradise Hill and Isle Lacrosse will be seeing a low of -4 and -6 degrees. So we will be seeing those single-digit points across the region, and around 4 then we'll be seeing a high chance of some flurries. And switching over to temperatures tomorrow across the region, as you can see across the map, we'll be seeing a beautiful day ranging from around 0 to +2 in most spots. Over on the Saskatchewan side, Isle Lacrosse will be going down to -2, but still seeing a moderately warm temperature. And ending off with our 7-day forecast for here in the border city, we will be seeing a high chance of some flurries for Wednesday and continuing on into Thursday. We will be seeing 1 throughout the day tomorrow and seeing -3 on Thursday. So make sure you still got your shovels out, because we will need to continue shoveling, unfortunately. Friday will be starting off this warmer weekend at -8 with a little bit more sun. And Saturday and Sunday we'll see a nicer weekend compared to last, with -4 on Saturday and -1 ending off the weekend. Then we will be cooling down slightly next week, starting with -15 on Monday and seeing -17 next Tuesday. That is a now look at your weather forecast. Well, more coming up after the break.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm joined once again with Becca Lawrence from the Lloydminster and Community SPCA. We're here for another episode of Pet Project. And Becky, you've brought on a little bit of a local celebrity, because she has been all over your guys' Instagram as of late. Let's introduce her. Who is she?
Yeah, this sweet girl here is Quill. So we got all of our little zoomies out here. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this here is Quill. So when she first came in, she actually came in with a face full of porcupine quills. So that's kind of where we got her name from. And but I mean, even if you look back at her post, even in her porcupine-filled face, she was happy and smiling. So this sweet girl here, she's always happy. She just loves to be with people. And yeah, she's great. Like, we don't know why she's still here at the SPCA. She's beyond friendly. Like, we even, like, if with new volunteers, things like that, like, we recommend her over puppies. Like, that's how easy she is to handle, and she just wants to give kisses all the time.
I was going to say, you can hardly get a word out without her trying to give you a big smooch on the face, so.
Yeah, no, she's a fantastic dog. Like, you can tell maybe in the past she hasn't, like, been taught much for tricks or anything like that, but she makes up for it in affection, that's for sure.
Yeah, and honestly, a sweet dog like that might be really good, you know, if somebody does have kids, which would be, you know, really nice to have a dog like that doesn't bite, it just gives kisses. You love it, right? And yeah, Quill does certainly just look like a sweetheart. So obviously, if anybody out there is interested, please call in, go check her out. Oh, she's so adorable. Let's just take a minute to appreciate that cute face. Wow. Oh my goodness.
I know.
Perfect. And so we were talking a little bit off of camera, Becca, but you guys are coming up on tax season, which is kind of important for anybody out there who has made a donation to the SPCA in the past year, because obviously you guys are sending out your receipts now. So let's just touch on that a little bit here.
Yeah, so I'm just gathering all of my information now, and I'm starting to write them all up, and I'll send them out, and email and all that good stuff. So make sure if you're waiting on it, you check your emails if you gave us your email or your mailbox. But yeah, we're getting that going just so everybody can get their receipts, and just to, obviously we're so appreciative of everybody donating throughout this last year. really meant a lot to us. So we're just looking forward to getting that out and getting that done, and then starting on some more events that we hope to have this year.
Yeah, which is a great little segue there, Becca, because you were mentioning that you guys are planning some new events coming up for the start of the year here, you know, to get the fundraising, getting the ball rolling, so to speak, for the 2022 season. So without giving too much away, I guess, what do you guys kind of have planned? What can we look forward to?
Yeah, like, I mean, every year we always do something for Valentine's Day. I almost said Halloween. For Valentine's Day, whether it be, you know, kissing photos, things like that. But we're kind of hoping maybe we can do something with our little puppies that we have here in our care, because that'll be right around the time that they are ready to go up for adoption, and hopefully get some people interested in these babies and get them into their forever homes, because they're taking up too much space here and they're far too cute, and we all want to keep them. So we need to find them their homes. So keep an eye out for that. And then, we have a PetSmart adoption event coming up here around the end of around the end of February. And so, we're going to be doing fun stuff for that as well, too. But yeah, something just nice and easy things to get the year started.
Sounds like we have a lot to look forward to this year with the SPCA, which is great to hear. And you did mention, too, those puppies are going to be going up for adoption around Valentine's Day. And, of course, it's never a great idea to get somebody a pet as a gift without consulting them. But it's pretty coincidental timing, perhaps, if, you know, you and your partner have been talking about getting a dog. And, you know, this might be the perfect time to do it as long as you discuss it beforehand and it's not a surprise on February 14th. Beautiful.
That's right.
Well, real quick, Becca, before we go, you know, I always like to ask if there's any specific item donations that you guys need, you know, if there's anything you're really looking for around the SPCA this week. So is there anything we can put out there into the community?
You know, just obviously, again, with our puppies, we're still always trying to keep up with them. Even our one mama, she's not a huge fan of feeding those babies anymore. So we are actually starting to put KMR puppy milk in with their food, just to make sure they have those nutrients and keep growing big and healthy and strong. So, I mean, KMR milk, I know it's expensive, but I mean, if anybody or a group of friends wants to chip in for one, you know, the vet clinics always have it. We've had some at Pet Value, PetSmart, whether it's the canned milk or the powdered milk, we're happy with either. But yeah, other than that, you know, puppy wet food, things like that, and even some wet cat food as well, we go through pretty quickly.
There you go. So obviously, lots of things that you could drop off if you're in the market for it, or, you know, a cash donation always helps the SPCA, as they can just go out and pick up the things that they need themselves, which is always good as well. But that is unfortunately all the time we have for this week, Becca. But I want to thank you. I want to thank Quill for being able to sit still long enough to say hi.
Yeah.
She's so excited. She wants to play. So we'll go ahead and let you guys get out of here, and she can go and you know, have fun around the SPCA, go say hi to the other pets, the other people. So thank you again, guys, and we'll catch you again next week.
For sure. See you next week.
Thank you.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery and Furniture House, downtown Lloydminster.
Joining us today for Primetime Local News is How I Met Your Mother alum and Grey's Anatomy star, Charlene Amoya. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Of course, we're glad you're able to take some time out of your busy schedule and be able to speak with us today. Now, we're here speaking on a new TV show and your latest project called Sons of Thunder Redemption. What's all involved in this?
Well, this is a streaming show. It's a spinoff from the first season was called just Sons of Thunder, and it's about an ex-motorcycle gang member who goes off to prison and has a change of character, and once he gets out, he wants to make amends for his past hurts and mistakes and put out good into the world. So one of the first things he does is find me as his ex-fiance, who he had left at the altar, and we had a relationship with lots of struggles with addiction and all the stuff that could go with being in a gang and all the ups and downs and craziness that goes with that. So he finds me living peacefully on a ranch with beautiful views and animals and nice community and upsets everything. So I'm left with all the reemergence of bad feelings and hurts and betrayal and bitterness and anger that I have to deal with while we go through the series and see the change within their relationship and within both of them as individuals.
Now, this premiered on January 13th. How has reaction been so far from fans and new people getting on this?
So far, it's been really great. There's the first, on the 13th, they dropped 2 episodes, and then last week was the 3rd episode. And the network it's already one of their highest rated shows, so they seem to really be loving it, and the new characters are getting a lot of attention, and it so far so good.
And of course, we already brought up a bit earlier on some of your projects, like How I Met Your Mother, Grey's Anatomy. You've been a part of many projects through your acting career. How has the experience been for this new show?
This show was unique in that we were given all 6 episodes in advance, right before we shot. And each day we were shooting scenes from every one of the episodes just based on location. So I had to approach the series like it was just a really, really long movie and do a time map and emotional map of my character's journey throughout all 6 episodes, because there was so much back and forth. And we had a very short timeline to do it all. So we had to just really be prepared in advance to know where we were, how we felt about each person in each episode right off the bat. Because, I think the first week I did scenes from the 1st episode and the 4th and the 5th. So it was a lot of jumping around. So that was an interesting challenge that I haven't had to deal with before, and to move that quickly. But overall, it was such a great collective group of people on the cast, and especially the crew, like really exceptionally nice people that were very giving and helpful, that it made for a fun time on set.
And with this character you play in this Sons of Thunder Redemption show, is there some significance or something different compared to characters you've played in previous work?
Well, she's very angry in the beginning and bitter, and doesn't want to change or doesn't want to look at it. It just wants him to go away. And she's forced to confront those feelings and really have to address them and really have to feel them again. And then move into change and move into forgiveness and openness again, and open her heart. So I feel like I haven't, as common as that experience is, I think, for people, most of us can relate to having a broken heart or being angry about something and potentially have to forgive somebody. I don't think I've played that role before.
And it must be really interesting to experience playing different characters that you're not used to playing in your past work. Now, is there anything you can let us know about that you're planning on doing in the future, and what's planned ahead that some of your fans or people are viewing want to know about?
Oh, it's an interesting thing about being an actor is you never really know what's coming. Every once in a while, you're like, okay, and I have this other job too. But I have an independent film that I shot recently, but I don't know when it will be released. Right now, it's probably going to Tribeca. So I can't speak on that yet. And I don't know I have an audition today, so I don't know, what's going to come of that yet. So it's a wait and see game.
Well, good luck on your audition today. I'm sure you're going to nail it. Once again, thank you so much for joining us today, Charlene. And for everybody watching, go check out Sons of Thunder Redemption. Started streaming on the 13th, and you can check it out on PureFlix.
Thank you so much. It was lovely talking to you.
Ending off with another look at your 7-day forecast. We will be seeing some more snowfall, so get ready. We will be seeing one throughout the day tomorrow and Thursday. That will continue on and seeing -3 throughout the day. We will cool down a bit starting off the weekend at -8 on Friday with a little bit more sun. Then we will see nicer temperatures for the weekend, ending off with some more snowfall near the end of the weekend. Then we'll cool down just slightly on next Monday, next Tuesday with -15 and -17. Thanks for that, Shelby, and thank you for joining us on Primetime Local News, and we'll have more news for you in the next hour.